Croeso pawb to the games under £20 PSN sale. This is a huge sale and I've got a lot of really cool games for you, and they've been discounted by nearly £360, so there's a huge amount of money you can save as well. So don't forget to subscribe if you like finding cool games and saving yourself a lot of money. You're welcome anytime. Okay, this sale ends on the 8th of June, so that'll be your last day to pick up these deals. Let's look at the games. We have a VR game next, a Fisherman's Tail. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and is on a 70% discount for the price of £3.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good price, especially for a VR game. This VR puzzle game has move controller requirements, so if you don't have them you can't play it, which is great because this game really benefits from them. In this 2019 VR Game of the Year winner, you play as a tiny fisherman puppet that receives a storm warning and now must make it to the top of the lighthouse by solving inventive and mind-blowing puzzles and turn on the light to save everyone. I like puzzle games and I love VR, so this game's really great for me. If you own a PSVR headset and you like puzzles, you should definitely take a look at this one. It's a really good one, it's won a load of awards, people that have it love it, and it's at a really good price. It's definitely worth taking a look at. And hey, if you've never played a VR puzzle game before, this is a really good one to start with, so you should definitely take a look at it at least. You might even find your new favourite genre and really enjoy yourself, so take a look at it. I think you'll really enjoy it. First up is Excel World vs Sword Art Online. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and is on an 84% discount for the price of £7.19, which is pretty good, especially for a JRPG game. In this action RPG, the game worlds of Sword Art Online and Excel World have begun to merge, and you soon discover that Yui from Sword Art has vanished, and you must now journey to challenge the 7 Kings of Pure Color from Excel World in order to find her. You get to recruit characters from a large roster of both series and take to the skies with flying abilities using magic and sword skills to slay enemies. All in all, it looks like a pretty decent action RPG, but if you're a fan of Excel World, Sword Art Online, or both, you'll get a lot more out of it. And if you're not, then you might want to look at one of the other RPGs, because there's plenty around at the moment. Up next is Agatha Christie's The ABC Murders. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and it's on a 90% discount for the low price of £1.59, which is a really great price, especially for a murder mystery game of this quality. In this puzzle adventure, you play as the legendary Hercule Poirot as you investigate the ABC murders by travelling the UK, investigating crime scenes, solving puzzles, and cross-examining witnesses to close in on the murderer to solve the case. I'm a big fan of Hercule Poirot. I used to like watching it as a kid, and I love puzzle games, so I'm amazed I've never heard of this game before. It looks really awesome, and it's at a crazy low price, so I've picked this up myself. I think I'll enjoy it, and if you're a fan of puzzle games, or Hercule Poirot, or both, then you'll really enjoy it too. I think anyway. Why not take a look at it if you're as excited as I am about it? We have a turn-based strategy game next, Age of Wonders Planetful Deluxe Edition. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £9.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, as this edition includes the Infested Worlds scenario planet, and some extra cosmetics as well. So again, a lot of extra content for a really good game. You get to play as one of 6 factions in this sci-fi turn-based strategy game, building and developing your empire while uncovering the secret history of the fallen galactic empire. It features large factions, destructible environments, and unit customization. So if you like turn-based strategy games like Fire Emblem or XCOM, you'll really like this. And if you haven't played one of these before, you can get cheaper options in sales sometimes, so you might want to wait for one of them instead. Up next is a racer, AntiGravator. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is pretty good. This racing game is set in the year 2210, and thanks to the terraforming and anti-grav technology, the Anti-Grav Intergalactic Tournament was founded. So now it's up to you to enter the tournament and compete to do your best. The game features 2-player local and 8-player online multiplayer, weapon pickups, and ship customizations. This game looks like a budget rip-off of Wipeout, which is great because they canned the company that made that, so it's nice to see someone else is trying to take over the mantle. This may not be a AAA effort, and it may not be as good as Wipeout, but hey, if you love Wipeout like I do, you might want to take a look at it. It's at a really good price for a rare game type these days. And if you've never played a game like Wipeout before, or you don't even know what Wipeout is, it's basically Mario Kart but for adults. So if you like competitive racing with weapons, you should definitely take a look at this series. And why not look at this budget ripoff as well? It's pretty cheap and it looks pretty decent. Why not take a look? We have a beat 'em up next, Asterix and Obelix XXX3, The Crystal Menhir. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £6.99, which is really good. In this game, after receiving a mysterious letter, Asterix and Obelix unearth the Menhir crystal and embark on an exciting adventure across the Roman Empire to unravel the Menhir's secrets and its incredible powers. This game features local 2-player co-op as well, so if you like playing with a friend or a kid, this is a really good game for that. This game is based on the really famous French comics, so if you're a fan of them and you like beat 'em ups, you'll probably have a really good game with this, so why not check it out? And hey, if you haven't played a beat 'em up before, then this is a really good one. You can get others cheaper sometimes, but they're a rare breed these days. You don't see many beat 'em ups around, so you don't have many to choose from. In any case, this is a good one, so why not take a look? And if you're not sure, then subscribe and I'll help you find another one in another sale. Atomine is the next game. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £2.39, which is really good. In this twin-stick roguelike shooter, which is set in a virtual world where the real events of Stuxnet, the world's first weaponized computer virus, are recounted. It features procedurally generated levels, fast gameplay, a modular weapon system, and big powerful bosses to fight. This game looks really cool, and if you're a fan of twin-stick shooters, I think you'll really enjoy it. And the story seems pretty interesting as well, as much as twin-stick shooters ever have a story anyway. And the roguelike element is very different, and I'm sure fans of the genre will appreciate it. So if that's you, definitely check it out. And hey, if you've never played a twin-stick shooter before, then I would only recommend this one if you like roguelike games. Although this looks like a great game, and I'm sure many people would really enjoy it, especially at this price. So if you're tempted, you might want to take a look at it. But if not, don't worry, there'll be plenty more to choose from in the next sale. So subscribe and we'll help you find them. We have a VR game next, Beat Blaster. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on at least a 70% discount for the price of £4.79 or £3.99 with PS Plus, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really good deal, especially for a VR game if you've got PS Plus. This is a VR rhythm shooter where move controllers are compatible, so if you've got them you'll probably have a lot more fun with them. In this game you shoot and run through various levels of different styles that move to the beat of the music. It features over 30 songs, 4 movement options, and a low chance of motion sickness, with no loading screens at all. So if you've got a PSVR headset and you like rhythm games, you should take a look at this game. And if you've never played a VR rhythm game before, then this one seems pretty friendly for beginners, so you might want to take a look at it, especially at this decent price. Next up is Below. It was released in 2020, so it's 2 years old, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £3.99, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a really great deal. In this action-adventure you get to explore a vast underworld of ever-shifting labyrinths, where deadly monstrosities, cunning traps and shadowy presences lurk in every passage. I really like the look of this game. It looks like a really cool little 2D action-adventure game. So if you're a fan of that sort of game, why not take a look at it? It looks really intriguing to me. And hey, if you've never played this sort of game before, then it may not be on the cheapest discount, but it looks like a good one, so you might want to take a look, although you could get other options cheaper as well. So don't worry if you're not sure. Take a look around, you'll find something else instead. We have a blast from the past next, Burnout Paradise Remastered. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, but it's based on a much older game really, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £5.39, which is pretty good, as this remaster includes all of the add-ons, and it's remastered with 4K visuals for PS4 Pro and PS5. In this online racer, a legendary online game from a legendary series, you get to meet up with your friends online to race through the streets of Paradise City, causing epic mass pileups, crashes and mayhem. It features 8-player online multiplayer, and is online only, so if you don't have a group of friends to play with, then I'm not sure I'd recommend this. as I don't know how busy the online will be these days. But this game was legendary back in the day. It was like the pinnacle of a racing series, and pretty much the pinnacle of online racing at the time. I'm not sure anything has even come close to it since, as this game series was very unique, and especially this online version was really unique as well. They just don't make games like this anymore. So if you loved this series back in the day, and you've got friends to play it with, then definitely take a look at it. But if you don't have a group of friends that'll buy this game, or you're not too sure about it, then I'm not sure I'd recommend it. I'm just not sure how active it is anymore, so you're taking a bit of a risk on that, especially since it's online only. But in any case, if you really like the look of it anyway, then why not take a look at it? You might really enjoy it. We have a puzzle horror game next, Canarium. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is pretty good. In this game, you wake in a deserted Antarctic base, surrounded by pulsating noises and lights, with a feeling that something is terribly wrong, and now you must explore the base, your dreams, and visions, while avoiding macabre beings to unlock the base's mysteries. This looks like a really cool little puzzle horror game, so if you're a fan of horror games and you enjoy puzzles, you'll probably really enjoy this, especially at this price, so you should take a look at it in that case. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle horror game before, then this looks like a really decent one, and it's not very expensive either, so you might want to check it out, and you might really enjoy yourself and find your new favourite genre. I think you'll really enjoy it. So if you're interested, why not take a look? Up next is Dead Rising Triple Bundle Pack. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, but the games are older than that really, and it's on a 70% discount for the price of £11.99, which is really good, as this bundle includes Dead Rising 1, 2, and 2 off the record, so you're getting 3 full games for a pretty decent price. In these third-person action games, you live out your zombie-filled mall fantasies, with this bundle of games that sees you trying to survive zombie outbreaks in malls. It features weapon creation, character customization, crazy humour, vehicles, and huge amounts of fun. These games are a bit crazy, they're all about the hilarious fun, and that's reflected in the weapons and gameplay as well. If you're a fan of zombie games, but you're a bit bored of the seriousness of it all, then these fun games will really appeal to you. It's all of the usual zombie killing, but with a load more crazy, light-hearted fun. So if that sounds great to you, then why not pick these up? They're a pretty good deal. We have a beat-em-up RPG next, Dragon's Crown Pro. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and it's on a 75% discount for the price of £6.24, which isn't bad. In this game you get to play as one of 6 classes, with both ranged and melee combat, as you explore dungeons finding treasure and fighting monsters. It features enhanced 4K graphics for the PS4, with enhanced audio and a re-recorded live orchestral soundtrack, which is pretty cool. And it even includes 4-player offline and online co-op as well, which is essential for these sorts of games. They're really the best when you're playing with friends, or with people online. I've played most of this game, and I completed nearly all of it, way back in the day on Vita, and I really enjoyed it. The graphics are beautiful, and it was such fun to play on the Vita. It was a great game to take around with you. If you're a fan of old school beat-em-ups like Streets of Rage and that sort of thing, you'll really enjoy this, especially with the modern RPG elements thrown in as well. I'm sure you'll have a great time with it, so if you like the sound of that, definitely check it out. And if you've never played a beat-em-up before, then you should definitely consider this, although it is a little pricey and you can get others cheaper. So there's no rush, you might want to pick it up if you really like it, but if not, don't worry, there'll be plenty of other games in other sales. So subscribe and you won't miss out when they come on sale. We have a load of action RPGs next. .hack GU Last Recode. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, but the games are much older than that really, and they're on an 84% discount for the price of £7.19, which is a phenomenal price for a load of really cool games. This bundle includes all 3 original GU games, Rebirth, Reminisce, and Redemption, plus an all-new 4th game, Reconnection, fully remastered in full HD 60 frames per second with additional enhancements as well, which is unbelievable for 4 full-length games. This series are an action RPG series, and they follow Haseo as he fights against the Tri-Edge to gain revenge for his friend who was put in a coma by them, while along the way uncovering a mysterious computer anomaly named Ida that is also causing comas across the world. These games are really well liked on PlayStation 2 when they first came out, and they're really well thought of now, So if you never played this series back in the day, and you're a fan of RPGs, especially action RPGs, there's a lot of content in this. I mean, think about it. 4 full games. 4. RPGs are huge games and there's 4 of them for £7.19. That's a ridiculous deal. If you're in any way interested in RPGs, you should definitely at least consider this. Up next is my star by Mask Maker. It was released in 2021, so it's only a year old, and is on a 75% discount for the price of £3.99, which is really cheap, especially for a VR game. This VR adventure puzzle game has move controller support, which is great, because move controllers make most VR games better, and I think this game would benefit a lot from them. In this game, as a magic mask maker's apprentice, you spend your time crafting magical masks that when worn transport you to wonderful fantasy worlds full of puzzles, where you can find new mask designs and ingredients that lead you to even more worlds to explore. This game looks really cool. I really love the idea of handcrafting these masks, with each mask transporting you into a new and varied world to explore and solve puzzles in. I love puzzle games, I love VR games. This is a dream come true to me, and this looks like a really awesome game. I'm really disappointed it didn't get more publicity, because it looks like it really deserves it. It looks like a really cool game. So if you like the sound of it as much as I do, why not check it out? I think you'll enjoy it as much as I will. And hey, if you've never played a VR puzzle game before, this looks like an awesome one, and it's at a really good price. So you might want to check it out, and I would highly recommend it. Like I said, it's my star buy, why not check it out? It's definitely worth a look. We have a Metroidvania platformer next, Sundered Eldritch Edition. It was released in 2017, so it's 5 years old, and it's on an 80% discount for the price of £3.19, which is really good. In this beautiful hand-drawn game, you must resist or embrace ancient eldritch powers in order to protect your humanity while confronting the hordes of terrifying enemies in an ever-changing world and their gigantic bosses. I'm a huge fan of Metroidvania platformers. I think they're pretty much the pinnacle of the platforming genre, and if you agree with that, and you're a fan of the old sort of Metroid or Castlevania style games, then you'll really enjoy this. It has beautiful graphics, great reviews, and the people that play it really love it. If that sounds great to you, why not check it out? I'm sure you'll really enjoy it. And if you've never played a Metroidvania game before, then I would highly recommend this one. It's a really good one with great graphics, so if you always wondered what the Metroidvania genre is about, why not take a chance and pick it up? You might find your new favourite genre. The Sojourn is an X game. It was released in 2019, so it's 3 years old, and is on a 75% discount for the price of £4.49, which is pretty good. In this puzzle adventure game, you arrive in the Sojourn, a mysterious land of light and shadow, where you must overcome intricate and demanding obstacles in order to uncover the nature of reality. It promises a thoughtful and provoking adventure, which is ambitious, and they may or may not deliver on that. But hey, it looks like a really cool and interesting puzzle adventure game, and I love these sorts of games, so if you're a fan of this genre, you should definitely take a look at it. It looks really cool, and I'm sure you'll like the look of it as much as I do. And hey, if you've never played a puzzle adventure game before, then this one looks like a good place to start. It's got a really cool aesthetic style, and I really like the look of the graphics. It seems like a really fun adventure game with some really good puzzles. So if you've always been tempted, you might want to jump in on this one. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun if you do. We have a racing game next, TT Isle of Man Ride on the Edge. It was released in 2018, so it's 4 years old, and is on the 90% discount for the price of £1.59, which is the cheapest I've ever seen it, and a dirt cheap price. This game faithfully reproduces the 37.73 mile 264 bend Snaefell mountain course, and it features 25 official riders, 38 bikes, and gameplay tested by the real TT riders. So this is the best experience you're going to get, outside of actually joining in the race yourself. So if you're a fan of the TT Isle of Man race, then you should definitely take a look at this. And if you're a fan of racing games, especially bike races, you should probably take a look at it as well. It's very different and unique, and it might be really interesting for you. And hey, if you've never played a racer before, or a bike racer, this is a very unique one, so it might not be typical of the genre, but hey, at this price, if you really like the look of it, you're not going to get this sort of game anywhere else, and it's at a really good price. So if you're in any way tempted or interested, definitely take a look at it. You might really enjoy it. And the final game I have for you is Yesterday Origins. It was released in 2016, so it's 6 years old, and is on a 90% discount for the price of £1.99, which is really good. In this game you follow the story of John, who is immortal, but forgets everything each time he dies, so after 500 years of existence, he and his friend Pauline search for an artifact to reproduce the ritual that created him, and avoid other dangerous competition along the way. I never heard much about this game, but I really like the sound of the story. It intrigues me, and I think it would make playing the game better. So if you're a fan of point-and-click adventures and you like the sound of the story as much as I do, then you might want to take a look at this game. And if you never played a point-and-click adventure before, then you might want to take a look at this. Basically pick it based on the story, because all point-and-click adventures are very similar, and their puzzling is often obtuse and difficult. But hey, if you're okay with that, pick the one with the best story, because that's the biggest difference between them. So in that case, if the story of this game intrigues you, then pick this one up. But if not, subscribe and we'll find you another point-and-click adventure in another sale. And that's all the games I have for you for the Games Under £20 PSN sale. What did you think of the games I picked? Did I pick good ones or did I pick bad ones? And what about the star buy? Did it deserve it, or should some other game have got it instead? Leave all your complaints in the comments and we can talk about it later. Don't forget to subscribe if you liked the video and you want to save more money on more games in the future. In any case, I hope you guys found some games you're interested in, but more importantly I hope you saved a lot of money. I'll see you guys in the next sale. Au revoir.